Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is BestInSlot and we are back playing Zoo Tycoon 2. We have just finished our lovely jubbly, let's clean, oh god, rock. We have just finished our lovely jubbly wolf pack exhibit thingamajiggy. Here they are looking wolfy, they're lovely, and there's a pig. Lovely. Anyways, today we are moving on to our next, pygmy hippo, where are you? I don't know. We need our next prehistoric exhibit, and finally we are going to build ourselves our aviary. So that's our plan. Now, I've been thinking this through, because the idea has always been to make this look somewhat like the aviary from Jurassic Park 3. But the problem with that is the aviary tools in this game, they drop when you put a river in. So you can put a river through the middle of the exhibit, but it'll then be kind of lowered down. So my solution, I believe, is going to be to not use the aviary tools, but to use, well, maybe use the aviary walls, and then we're going to use an elevated path. And this was suggested by one of you lovely folks. Elevated path, like so, if we could ever get that to work properly, and that'll be the roof. So it won't be curved, it'll be, well, it'll be like sort of round and then a flat roof, basically, which isn't as good, but it'll work, which is kind of the important thing, I think. So that's how we're going to do this. So what we need to do, because I really want this to be big and impressive, that's what she said, is we need to make a ditch, and we're gonna really ditch it up, yo. You feel me, fam? Word. Yeah. So over here, I think, and this does need to be fairly huge, and I also want the fence to be above the ditch, so it'll be like a wall of dirt or cliff, as it would be in the film, and then am I trying to flatten the flat ground? I am trying to flatten the flat ground. Yeah, I really want this to be quite large. Also what she said. La-da-da. Anyways, la-da-da. Pygmy Hippo 4 is having some serious problems with space. Personal space? Or maybe the other hippos are just getting a little bit rowdy, you know? I don't know if this is big enough. It is. So what I'm thinking is, I really want to put in everything from the film, or roughly from the film. So I want the river roaming down the middle, I want higher cliffs on the left and the right hand side. Hopefully a bridge. I'm not really convinced how I'm going to do that, but we'll give it a go. And basically this bit in the top right is going to be where the river spills out into the rest of the world, so we'll have like a gate there, and hopefully a river that'll lead out into the park itself, and we'll find a way how to kind of integrate all of that. We're just going to see what we can do. We're trying to be a little bit ambitious. It might not work. It might completely fail. But it'll be a fun old ride, folks. Which is what I tend to tell the girls. It might not work, but we'll have fun trying. This is Zoo Tycoon 2 After Dark. Meow. Now this doesn't need to be too big. And I will stop saying the word big eventually. I'm a little worried that if it is too big, I won't be able to, for God's sake, I won't be able to put a river in. I want deep water, really, for this river. I don't want it to just be normal water, I want deep water. And I'm not sure we can do that if the ground is completely at the bottom of its sort of deepness, as it were. Bloody Nora. There needs to be, like, a nuke tool. Just let me make a big ass hole in the ground. That's all I need is a big ass hole, right? And you're just not... God damn it. You're just not letting me do that quickly. I think one more round of this should be enough, because we can put quite a high fence around the outside. I just really want to create that sense of scale that I don't think we'll get with just using the fence. Okay, that's actually the limit. Can we put... Right, sweet. Okay, that's going to work. So now what we need is... We're just gonna make it a square. I know it isn't a square, but this is really the best way we can realistically do this. So I want a 5, I think. I think the idea... Do we want it to be glass? No, we want it to be this, don't we? We want chain link. And we'll put a corner on like that. So I go all the way around. We'll just see what this looks like, and we'll go from there. That's the idea. We will put it down, get it down, and just see what it looks like. I'm going to have to make that a 3 and then pull that down a little bit. Look, oh, look at that. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. That's definitely a 4. It's not perfect, but it'll do. And this should roughly... Okay, no. It needs to be about there instead. Oh, which it should be. I think it came out one further at the top. That's fine. Okay, let's have a little look. How are we doing for scale? It's... I want it bigger. But I don't know how. How did I do it? We did... I'm sure the Mosasaurus exhibit was bigger than this. How did we do that? I'm sure the wall was bigger on the Mosasaurus exhibit. That's a 5. Oh, is that a 6? Well, there we go. That's a little bigger. I didn't actually see that. I think 6 is the highest, though. I don't think there's any in the game that go higher than this. And it's still... It's going to be better, this, but it's still not as big as I want it to be. And yes, that's what she said! Let's move on with our lives. We'll round up the exhibit. We'll kind of make the walls match this a little bit better in a second. Let me just get this wall down. See how this looks. This should be a decent improvement. Still not quite what I was hoping for. And what I could do is raise the edges. If I can do that well, if we can do that fairly neatly, it might not look utterly stupid. There's always a chance. Let's sort out this edge first of all. So we need flatten, and let's just like this, basically. I want it really tight to the wall. Like so. I'm kind of surprised that fence isn't dropping and getting really angry at me. Well done, fence. I'm very proud of you right now. You are my favourite fence. All the other fences should be jealous of your prowess. Although you appear to be floating, that may actually be the problem. I don't care. Floating fences are fine, as long as they're in the place I want them to be. Lovely, lovely jubbly. I'm going to, people have been asking me so much about this. What I'm going to do is zip up my Zoo Tycoon 2 folder. And everyone who wants to use the mods that I'm using at the moment, this isn't every mod at all, there's so many more out there that I haven't downloaded. But if people want to use the exact mods I'm using, I will zip them up at some point. Keep an eye out in the next couple of episodes, I will announce it. What's up, babes? What's up? Why are you hungry? There's tons of food. I've literally locked zookeepers in the exhibit to make sure they provide you with food all the time, you know? I think there's too many babies, I'm a little worried about the numbers. Shut up! It's so loud. Ah. Okay, so this looks better. It's still not big enough. Let's see what we can do. If I make this quite small and do that. Okay, that's not worked. It's not worked at all. I'm just wondering if I can do this. Can I then fix the sides and make this all work how I want it to? I think we can do this. That's better. That's kind of what I was hoping for. So if we do this all the way around the outside, funny. Okay, I need to hold shift when I do this. Another top tip from you lovely folks at home. We just need to do this and then we can clear out the inside. And God, we might actually push it higher than this. There we go. This is what we wanted. This is what we needed. It'd be nice if we can make the fence a bit bigger, but it's not a huge deal in of itself, really. Meow. 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 I don't know why it's meow. I don't know why it's a fighter jet. Let's just pretend it's a fighter jet and I'll be happy and move on with our lives, okay? There we go. So now we need to fix the inside again. Flatten, just... There we go. That's more like it. That's a proper cliff now, isn't it? That's a sheer cliff wall. Which I know it should be more fencey across the whole thing, but since I can't do that, because I don't think there's a way to stack fences at this point in time. If there is, I haven't seen it. But this is definitely good enough. IMO. what I really want is just the river going down the middle and the sense of height and scale to the outside of the exhibit. So let's just neaten this all up. Can I just do this? Might be able to, actually. So I can have... That's actually pretty cool. It's like a... Oh, game. Sometimes you're just brilliant, you know that. I get annoyed with your controls a lot, but sometimes you are fantastically helpful. Look at that. That's really, really helpful and really cool. I'm getting very excited about this wall. I don't really know why, but I think that's great. If you can't tell. Nearly done. A lot quicker than I thought it would be, admittedly. Up to daisy. Lovely jubbly. Right, let's have a little... Yeah, that's more like it. That's bigger. That's a proper exhibit. Right then. Oh yeah. How am I going to get people inside? I mean, think about that. Well, we'll come to that bridge when we cross it. Bridge, like in the... it's good stuff. Right, so what we need is a fence. Not a fence, a... elevated path that's going to match over the top of this. Now, I'd like something that's not glass. I'd like something that's wire, but I don't think there is one. So we'll have to make do with normal. A lot of these don't really work. They kind of do this weird... I don't like what's going on here. Why are you being so weird? Like, go down here. Why aren't you linking together? I don't know what's with the elevated paths. These new ones that have been added by the mod. I'm sure I'm doing something wrong. I always am. But... they just... See, this would be perfect if I could reliably get it to... Although, not reliably getting where I want, but it is working. And this really matches that fence. So maybe that's what we go for. So! Up, 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 up. It's actually impossible to tell. How high is that? Not high enough. Up, 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 up. Is that right? Nearly. Up one more. Let's try that over here. Up one more. Okay, we're at max. So that's as high as it's going to go. Okay. That's fine. Let's get rid of that because it's a horrible, horrible mess. I think we may have to... It's just so messy. I don't understand. I'm so sure I'm doing something wrong with it, but my god, it's difficult to use this stuff. Somebody explain to me. Somebody just tell me what I'm doing wrong so I can feel better about it, okay? Bam, 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 bam. Let's have just one quick little look around if there's anything that's going to be working. This seems unlikely, doesn't it? It's just, why are you all rubbish? I don't understand. Everything else I've downloaded from the same site is just phenomenal, and this is a mess. An unreliable mess. Right, okay, where's that? Let's just try it. Let's just make it work. Designers, make it work, you know. Wood aviary roof. This is what we're going to use. We're going to make it work. We're going to make it work. Yeah, woo! Look at it go. Absolute monster. Da, 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 da. Theoretically, it'll work eventually, right? Every now and again, we're getting little bits that let me... It'll work eventually. Okay, folks, this can't be that exciting, I'm afraid, so I am going to get this finished and skip forward, and you guys will see what this thing looks like with a roof. I am bored out of my tiny little mind. It's done! It crashed again, and I died inside a little bit, but I forced myself to continue, and it is finished. There is a little gap here and there, and the edges are messy as all hell, but ladies and gentlemen, I do not care. It is finished. We actually do need to make a gap so I can get inside the blimmin' thing, so we'll just kind of put a little gap here in the corner. Sneaky, sneaky. Let's just hop inside, shall we? Look at it's kind of cool up here, isn't it? It's not actually matched to the... Oh! Crikey. Okay. Where's that hole? Are you a hole? This is terrifying. It's like a really weird... What's my mic doing? Move, mic. Move into an appropriate location. It's like a terrifying game show where I'm just trying... Ah, there it is. Whee! Oh. Right. Any particular reason you're doing that game? I don't want to walk on the path, I want to walk on that. There we go. Huh. Interesting! Let's cut out... Meow. Meow. Okay, let's cut out a little bit in the middle. See if that helps. Well, I can stand in it. That's the important thing. Right, a lot of animals are complaining about lack of space. So let's... Oh my god in heaven. What is going on? Right, you, go. You, go. You, carcass, sell, no. Poop. Right, I will clean the poop. Look, the poop's gone. Calm down, game. The poop has gone. Temple of Night. No wonder you all need bloody room. You keep mating with each other. Just stop breeding. Stop having sex and all will be fine. Jesus Christ. Look at the little baby Therizinosaurus. Hello. Oh my god in heaven. It's always these ones. I think guys just can't get in here properly, so they're really struggling. Shut up! Shut up! I put a bloody... Right, I need a zookeeper. Right, we're gonna hire a zookeeper. I'm gonna hire 2 more zookeepers to live in this exhibit. There we go. Right, not a problem. I assume this poop is inside here. Let's clean all this out as well. There we go, there we go. Are you the one complaining about the lack of space? Maybe that's because you're sitting against the wall! You know, no. You don't need to. This dude's gonna sort it. Well, I'm gonna bloody sort it. Right, let's just focus on the exhibit. I've spent so long working on this. I can't overstate just how long this took. It was disgusting. Okay, so. Let's pick a... I'm just gonna ignore all that. I guess it would be tropical forest, wouldn't it? You're not really gonna see much of it anyway, so that's okay. So my idea is, right, let's just cover the floor in water, first of all. Because I don't want there to be... I'm trying to remember exactly what it looked like. And as far as I recall, there isn't actually any land in the exhibit. It's literally water, like the river, and the cliffs down the side. And the river's quite big, so we're definitely going to put some slides on this. Meow. Plus it makes the wall cool. Actually, it makes the wall look awful, which is cool. Da 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 da. Laggy, laggy, laggy. I'm gonna save all the... Thankfully, when I did it this time, I had saved probably just after you guys saw it. So, whilst I've gone slightly insane, I'm not yet, you know, going to murder people or anything like that. I'm not quite there yet. I think if it crashes now, I might do. We'll see. Okay. So what I'm thinking is a cliff that kind of curves up here. Meow. And then maybe a path that goes up that cliff that can... Or a path that goes along that cliff that can represent the cage that they walk through. And then hopefully a bridge here. So we'll do it an elevated path. A bridge goes across here via elevated path onto a cliff kind of here. And then maybe a couple of cliffy bits in the middle. And then somehow... and we'll do a river here. On this side. It's not really worked. Then we'll just make it... No! I can feel my will to live just fading away. About 7 crashes later, it's done. Again, I've saved it, so this time I'm not going to lose this bit. I'm just going mental, guys. I know we're having a lot of problems with the wolves and everything at top, and I had an idea in that what I really should be doing is specifying keepers to certain exhibits, you know, just like giving each keeper their own exhibit and they can look after that exhibit. That's what I should have done from the start. However, because it keeps crashing, once we've finished this little exhibit here, I say little, it's humongous, we are going to move on and make yet another new zoo, and we're going to make a large zoo. These extra large ones, the idea was really nice, that I really like the idea of covering the will to live, fading, fading. Gone. What I was trying to say, I love the idea of filling in the extra large zoo, but we always have problems when we do it. So we are going to go back to a large zoo for the next one and just work on normal exhibits. And I will never make another aviary as long as I still have breath in my failing, dying husk of a body. I am going to finish this damn exhibit though. Too much time has been spent on it. Even if I can work on it in 3-minute segments, the Quetzalcoatlus, the Pteranodon, etc., they will have somewhere to live. With God as my witness. Let's move quickly. I don't care about anything else except this exhibit. Hopefully you guys... I can't remember if I explained what the plan is, but we're just going to do the bloody thing. Right, we need a cliff. Cliff, 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 cliff. Bigger brush than that, that's silly. Meow, there. Bigger brush than that, that's silly. Meow, there we go. Right. It's not a cliff! Why is it? Is it because it's water? Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put in the grassland. Not grassland, because that's silly. The tropical rainforest. And then we'll build the cliff over that. So that's going to be like the base for it. So this is going to be the river down the middle. So all this area here needs to be grassland. Let's make that a bit bigger. We're working on a time scale now, folks. This is like an episode of 24, but it's more terrifying. I don't know if 24 was ever meant to be terrifying, but still. Let's just... There we go. So that at the top right, that's where the river is going to kind of come out. So the river's going to go down here. There's maybe a little bit more there, something like that. And same down this side. Let's just get this in there. Lovely, jubbly. I really want the river to be the prominent feature of this. And it's not going to look massive, but the point is, it kind of accentuates the cliff sides and stuff like that, you know? And we're going to put a little bit there, and up that, and a bit there. Because you'll remember there was I'm actually going to get rid of this one. I will say words eventually. Like pillars, and that's where the nests were, right? Saving! I'm so paranoid. I'm so paranoid. This is the furthest I've got so far. But so basically, all of this is going to be really cliffed up. Like really pulled upwards. And then there'll be an elevated path that starts on this one, goes across here. And then curves over the river and down here. That's the idea. If the game decides to let me do it. Right, cliff. This is kind of exactly what I wanted. So you think the young Mr. Kirby gets chucked onto this one, which is where the nest would be, and he's jumping along here to try and get away before he gets rescued by Billy. Kind of what I'm looking for. Okay, so that's that done. I'm tempted to save, but I can probably manage without. Let's just flatten that out. Okay, so I need to think. We need to be able to do an elevated path over the top of it. I don't know if we could with the cliff being at max height, so let's just up it all, wrong button, once at least to start off. And I think I kind of want it to be a little bit lower where the path will be. I don't know, we'll just see how we feel as we make this up. It just has to be a sufficient height above the water. Wow. What's all that about? There's nothing there! Whatever. Well, oh, it's water, isn't it? Right. We can fix that. We can fix that. That's fine. That's fine. It's fine. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Can't stop me, game. I'm on fire. You're not crashed in like 4 minutes. Brilliant. I don't know how good this is going. We're gonna do a new zoo, and it's not gonna crash ever again. We're gonna have a grand old time. Can't wait. Right, I think I can go one further. I don't actually know where the roof is because, you know, I've turned it off temporarily. Is that max? No, I don't want it quite max. I want it a little. Oopsie daisy. Flatten, yeah? Yeah. If I drag that across the river, will that match over? Yeah, it will. Yeah, it will. Meow. Saving as soon as this bit's done, okay? All we do is save, save, Saving's all that we need. I'm gonna have to watch Love Actually again. Love Actually is such a good film. I don't care, it's a chick flick. It's an awesome film. Right, save. We're getting there, folks. We're getting there. Oh, God. I'd like to be able to actually make a river. At the moment, it is just water. It's just like... bleh. It'd be nice if I could put, like, you know, some flow into there, so it kind of flows down this way towards the exit. I don't know how I'm going to make this look like an exit, in all honesty. But I don't really care. Okay, so what I think we want to do is get ourselves that tool again, landscaping, and actually up it a bit just at the sides, but leave a space for where the path can go through. Path. Just to create a bit of excitement when you actually go through. Can I go any higher? Yeah, it can. What I should do actually is put a fence around there, shouldn't I? Yeah. Okay, and that's going to cross over to here. We don't really see what's at the other end of the bridge. I don't think. I think we see the path thingamajig going down. I'm just going to kind of do a path going down here for no particular reason other than why not. We see a little bit. They rush down it. I don't know. I don't really have the tools to build that. It's kind of like this pod bridge walkway kind of thing. I don't really know how else to describe it. Let's put a path in anyway. Path, 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 path. What shall we use? I want something metallic looking, but I also don't want to use any of the ones that are a pain in the ass. So, are you pink? No, you're just weird. Oh right, yeah, it's because of that. I don't love it. I think wood might be a... yeah, we'll do a wooden bridge kind of thing. I know it's not perfect, but it is what it is. And I want this to really... Let me think. That's fine, I don't care. It's fine. All you need is love. Love. Love is all that you need. I know this doesn't make sense, but just give me a break, guys. It's been a long day. Alright, I'm gonna have to fix that, because I really want this to be straight, to be honest. Because it's kind of such a... it's the most evocative moment in the film, is when they're standing on this misty kind of thingamajiggy and bridge, as it's known to human beings. And he looks across, and that's where the pterosaur is at the other end. And that's kind of really the bit I'm trying to create here. So, oh, we'll put some ditches in. That'd be nice. Nice deep river. All you need is love. Love. Love is all that you need. Maybe an appropriately deep river as well. Everyone needs an appropriately deep river. With lots of messy things. This isn't really what I was aiming for. I'm just gonna mess up the sides of the cliff a little bit as well, just to make it seem a little less natural. This is really tall. I can't zoom out any further, you know. This is like the max zoom height. It's a bit crazy. There we go. That'll do. And let's cliff up these bits again, because they're kind of cool. Yeah, it can be a little archipelago kind of thing off on its own. Oh my god, I've made Batman! It's a Batman island! Let's fix that, shall we? Whatever. This isn't great. I'm not going to pretend it is, but you know what? We've had this idea for so... Are you even? What's going on here? We've had this idea for so long, and I'm so close to pulling it off that I'm not really willing to... Where's my... Right, okay, that's fine, that's fine. All that needs to happen is for this to come out a bit, and then it to go straight down there. That'll do. And then down here, towards... The exit wouldn't actually be... The exit, if you'd carried on like normal, might be down here. We don't see the normal exit, we see the weird river gate exit over here. Which I'd like to recreate somehow, but I'm just wondering how. I'm unsure. Really? Am I on the roof? I think I'm on the roof. I believe I can fly. Okay, save. It's not crashed in 10 minutes. I've got to stop saying that because it'll kill me. It's waiting, it's biding its time, ready till I complete something really difficult and then PAM! Silly BestInSlot. You thought you could build an exhibit, you fool! The path seems higher than it has to be. Oh, I don't care anymore. Right, I'd like a fog machine. I believe there is a fog machine. We know there's a snow machine. I can't remember if there's a fog machine. This is also what... Can I... No, let me do it somehow. Let me do it! Why are you being so mean to me? Why? I don't get it. Because this is perfect. This is so perfect. It really is. Utterly magnificent. What I'm thinking is we get rid of this, we do a normal path, and we just do like a bridge made out of... Oh, but then it's not going to be a river. There's got to be a way. There's got to be a way. Think. I've got nothing. I just want a bridge. You can't do path over water, can you? It's not going to do anything. No, it goes into the water. So I'd need to put a bridge of actual land in there in order for it to work, which means it's not a river anymore. And I can't even put it over this side because this bloody thing is too high. Is that really the best we could do? That's on minimum height, yeah, wow. The game is punishing me. I'm not really sure what I've done to deserve it. But this'll have to do. Right, let's have a little think. What? Yeah, let's check scenery in that way. That's not scenery. See if there's anything we can do. What's that? I don't want to click it. Shark tunnel entrance. We're gonna give this a go. The shark tunnel at some point. Not yet, but I think it does work. Right. Continue to ignore the beeping noises at the top as we search for fog machine. What's that? That is an endangered umbrella table, the rarest of the umbrella tables. Hunted in the wild to near extinction, that umbrella table. What's all this? A ladder? A rope? A rope would be really good here. Again, I'm not allowed. I know it's here somewhere. That's a whale skull. That's not what you're looking for, BestInSlot. Yeah, you can see this stuff here. Would have been great, but it dips down when you put water in. That's why we couldn't use it. Just to ram that point. What's that? Oh, right, that's cool. Oh, I would have loved to do that. Oh, well. We persevere, ladies and gentlemen, through all the mistakes and the rubbish. And... Fog machine! Right. Pow, 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 pow. They look like rocks. This is what I'm looking for. Now, hopefully, you don't really see these because you're on the bridge. But I'm going to put them here as well. Just hoping for more fog. If I put loads down this side... Is there any way to make this look foggy without putting them on the bridge? And I don't think there is, but we're going to keep trying. I'm just going to... Bloody loads of them. Foggy as balls, ladies and gentlemen. Foggy as balls. I think if I put some on here... And over here... Particularly over here. This is the main bit. What I'm thinking is we will actually put some on the bridge. But on this side... So the idea being that from this bit over here, you look forward and all you see is the fog, because that's where the pterosaur would have been, and none here because I kind of want it to not be that noticeable. But am I making sense? I think I'm making sense. Okay, right, fog done. Bam. awesome. That's cheered me up a little bit. Tree. No, that's silly. Right, yeah, what do we do for... Huh. I don't really know what I do in terms of plant life and stuff. There wasn't really anything. Also, what we actually need, if you think about it, isn't plants. I can't remember any. What I'm more thinking is we need to change the rock to look more like rock instead of dirt. So, what one do I use? I've got a trusty one for that. I can't remember what it was. Alpine? Alpine's pretty good. I want it to look like an actual cliff rather than like mounds of dirt, which is what tropical rainforest cliffs kind of tend to look like in this game. So I'm not having a go at the game. I'm just saying that's the case. You know, that's how it is. I've got a jar of dirt. I've got a mountain of dirt. That actually already looks a lot better to me. It looks more. It's darker. You know, that's the best. That scene is my favourite part of Jurassic Park 3. I think it's one of the few, except the bit where Billy's jumping around like a madman. If we ignore that bit, it's one of my favourite bits of Jurassic Park 3 because it recreates this atmosphere that the rest of the film never really manages in terms of like the horror and the spectacle. I really love that bit. It's like I really just adore that scene in general. So I really want to do it justice as much as possible, and this has made it look a lot better. I think it's just darker and more ominous, and that's not how it works. What's the water like in this? Oh, God in heaven. Okay, deep water instead. Yeah, I think... Oh, God. Okay, whatever. The river... I just want to do it from there. There we go. Well, nearly. Nearly, except for that weird little bit up there, right? No! Stop it! In the middle. Nice and... There we go, beautiful. There we go. Right. I think this is quite a big improvement. I think it actually... It's never going to look like it, but I think it's going to get there. What we're also going to do is we're going to save it, because I'm not a crazy person. I think if we can get a fence on this cliff face here... I don't really want you to just see this mound of land. I don't think that's going to work. It was very closed in on one side, you know, the fence. You could see to the right, but you couldn't see to the left. So you should be able to see this way, but you shouldn't be able to see this way. So that's kind of... I'm hoping I can get a fence in here. But I'm not sure it's going to be tall enough. How tall is that? Not tall enough, but from a ground level it might be okay. So if we can get a nice dark, big fence, we'll see what we can do. We need something dark. 6. Okay, that'll do. So all I'm going to do is follow this path along with this. I know that's not a big difference at all in any way whatsoever, but I think just when you're walking along it, it'll make that slightest bit of difference to make it look better. Just really try to create that feeling of the film, which is proving exceptionally difficult. And then it gets to the edge, because you can see right, you couldn't see left. To get to the edge, so going over the bridge, Fingy goes first. She gets across. Then there's the shake and the Pteranodon. This is my problem with Jurassic Park 3, right? The dinosaurs treat it like a film. The Pteranodon, when it lands and it's just stalking there really quietly, but it lands, it doesn't go after the woman. What's her name? Completely forgotten her name. It goes after the kid, and it does it like in a horror movie kind of way, when it wouldn't. And the raptor behind the bloody that thing in the laboratory, what's that all about? You're a raptor, you don't care. Ah! Right. And this bit I want to be kind of closed off, I think. I don't know how people are going to get in and out of it. I don't really care about how people are going to get in and out of this. That's why I don't know how I'm going to get in and out of it. That's probably more important. Right. Okay. And some pteranodons, pterodactyls, Quetzalcoatlus. I know the Quetzalcoatlus model is really cool. I don't know what else there is. We'll just have a little look around. Aardvark. A is for aardvark. B is for bear. C is a cat. D is a dog that's barking everywhere. What are you? Pew pew pew. Pew 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 pew. We just have a few of those flying around because why the hell not? What's that? Pteranodon! You are going in last. Wait, which one's better? Do you fly? No, you don't exist. Wow, you're great, aren't you? You're rubbish! Undo. Okay, you're better then. Do you fly? Or do you just kind of... Do any of you do anything? No, but you're going to be perfect for the bridge scene, which is really all we're trying to recreate here. Ramparrancus, which again doesn't seem to want... These ones are cool, they fly. Nothing else flies. Where's the Quetzalcoatlus? Quetzalcoatlus looks great. Q is for Quetzalcoatlus. My dad used to sing that song to us on his little guitar. The alphabet song. D is a dog that's barking everywhere. E is an elephant. F is a fox. G is a... What the hell's G? G is a goat. H a hippopotamus. Oh, memories. Quetzalcoatlus, Quetzalcoatlus. Shut up, game! I've grown an incessant hatred of this game in the past half an hour or so. And the thing is, it's not the game's fault at all. It's just, there's so many mods, and there's clearly just one mod out there that isn't playing that isn't playing completely nicely with all the others. So every now and again the game dies. I didn't have this problem in challenge mode because I didn't have a million mods installed. I had 2. Oh, like 10 or something. Not many is the point. I can't find the Quetzalcoatlus. We don't really need it. We're just trying to recreate one specific thing. What we need is the Pteranodon that won't move. And the Ah! Ah! Oh, see, these are cool. These work. Let's put loads of these in. There we go. That's not over the top at all, right? Okay. Oh, there's loads of them. Okay. I kind of like the idea of them, some of them sitting around and kind of sitting on these little bits here. Pteranodon! How did I not see that? I looked at Pteranodon there and missed Quetzalcoatlus twice. There. That's weird. Right, I want that sitting there. Let's see. I'm going to save it. We're going to see if this works, and then I'm quitting. We're going to start a new, shinier map with no gigantic, ambitious... Okay, lots of gigantic, ambitious exhibits, but they will work, and nothing's going to crash. I want to see a misty Pteranodon, and then I'm going home, and I'm going to cry. It's been a long day. I'm moving house in like 7 days. Actually, Saturday it was meant to be 2 weeks, and now the landlord's being a dick, so he wants me to move, and I apologise for saying dick twice. That's the world we live in. Right, this is wrong, because there's a bloody thing here. Okay, hopefully it's going to let me inside. Let's find out. A is for aardvark, B is for bear, C is for cat, D is a dog that's barking everywhere. It's not going to work, is it? Right, so my new alternative plan is we're going to clear the bridge off wall. Ceiling, whatever you want to call it. She's going to look a little... Oh, God in heaven. Okay, you're going to be difficult. That's fine. Because you're right as an American. To be unnecessarily difficult whenever you feel the need. You're making my life slightly difficult, not going to lie. I just want a little area that we can run around in. It's clearly because it's so high up and the elevated path is so... like, close by. Why are you there? There's not... Okay. It can't handle the, gap. Whatever. No, you! Come here! Come. Can I not pick these guys up? Yeah, I can, right. You need to stay... Okay, you're actually damaged good now. We need another one. The point is, it has to be looking at me from the mist. That is the whole idea of this thing. Let's try again. Come on! We're gonna make this work. With God as my witness. No! Why? Why would this happen? I don't understand. Okay, I just need to make sure. Okay. Yes! There it is! It's messy. It took a million years. But there it is, ladies and gentlemen. The Pteranodon in the mist. Let's try and get a little closer, shall we? Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Why? 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 Delilah. I know that's not the song, but it is for now. Oh, no! What are you doing? Just be cool for the first time in your godforsaken life. Be cool. So upset. It's cool. Just tell me it's cool. I can go home. Look, pteranodons everywhere. I don't know what that one's doing. It's trying to be a Loch Ness monster. Oh, good. They've escaped. Ladies and gentlemen, life finds a way, I suppose. We're gonna end it there. I can't handle anymore. New zoo next time. Normal animal exhibit. I don't know what. Maybe we'll try to make the shark tank, because that'll definitely go really well as well. Thank you for joining me. Cheers. Much love, as always. Bye-bye.